Well, good morning. We still got ice out there and more falling today, so nobody's going anywhere. And I'm getting ready to fix me some grits in a bowl. That's the way I always do them. That is if it's just me to eat. Put just enough water in there to get them cooked. And we'll put them in the microwave for 2 minutes. Whoa. Then I'm going to start on some bacon. And I don't eat bacon every day, but I do enjoy it once in a while. Now, I only do this, I fix a little bit of grits in a bowl if I'm eating by myself. If I've got several people to eat, I'll either use a bigger bowl or I'll fix them in a pot. Yeah, we still got ice out there today. Supposed to get more. Before the day's out. Put me a couple of strips of bacon in there. Two will be enough. And sometimes I put sausage in there too, but I'm not cooking sausage this morning. Got my eggs. Spilled something on the stove last night. Put them on for one more minute. Put a little bit too much water in there, I guess. Yeah, I just felt like bacon and eggs this morning and grits. I'm always getting stuff on my hands, my fingers. Ooh, it kind of overflowed in the microwave. I wasn't watching it. But that does happen. It does happen occasionally. I was being careless this morning and wasn't paying attention. Woo. Hot. Yeah, don't do like I just did. Don't put your grits in there and forget about them. Or not watch them. Especially if you put extra time on them. Because they will boil over. And that's what happened to me just now. Trying to clean up my mess. Oh, it's hot, 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 hot. Thank goodness for glass plates in the bottom of the microwave. Because I had grits all over it. Turn down the heat just a little bit. Fixing a cup of coffee. Like I said, I use instant coffee. I use canned milk from evaporated milk from my creamer. And I need to get me some butter in there. Man, the birds are all over the feeders this morning. Looks like I need to go buy me some more coffee. Oh, that coffee looks good, but I know it's too hot to drink. Woo, hot. Yeah, we've been getting more ice since yesterday. And it's not going to get above freezing until sometime tomorrow afternoon, so just well say we'll have one more day of this before it clears out, because the storm is supposed to move out of here Thursday morning. It'll move out, but like I said, it's not going to get above like 34 degrees. And as cold as it's been, it probably won't get above, it probably won't melt the ice or anything till Friday. Because it probably won't get up to 34 till mid-afternoon, and by the time it gets up to 34, it's going to be cooling off again. So I doubt this ice has time to melt. Yeah, I've done my grits and eggs like this ever since I was a kid. I usually didn't put them in a bowl, but later in life I started putting them in a bowl because I started cooking my grits in the microwave. You know, I just have one serving of grits in this bowl. It's a little bowl. But I said, well, since I'm got the bowl dirty anyway, just as well eat out of it, as you know, rather than dirty up a bunch of other stuff. So that's what I've been doing. I don't know what I did with my something to put that grease in, because I don't want all that grease in my eggs. My younger brother tickled me when he was little. He would not eat scrambled eggs unless you put ketchup on them. And he got up one morning, my mom asked him if he wanted scrambled eggs. He said, yeah, he wanted bloody eggs. And she said, bloody eggs? What are you talking about? He said, yeah, Mom, I want bloody eggs. He said, I want ketchup all over them. So that's what he started eating. He'd eat scrambled eggs with ketchup. That was his bloody eggs. That bacon get out there and cool off a little bit. I worked in a place that retired people lived in. It was in a big apartment complex. And they served breakfast, lunch, and dinner to all the residents. And I always get a phone call when you don't want one. But getting back to what I was saying, I worked in the kitchen and dining room for a couple of years. And I had mentioned how I ate scrambled eggs, or how I fixed my grits and eggs in the morning, to one of the residents. And I need my dishcloth. I told her that I fix my grits and cook my eggs and my bacon or my sausage, and I would just put it all in my grits and mixed it up. And she said, well, ooh, that sounds good. I gotta try it. She came back a few days later and she said, oh, I tried that grits and eggs and your sausage and bacon all mixed up together. But she said it was gross. But now, mind you, I don't know how she fixed her grits or her eggs. I have fried my eggs whole, but I don't have the yellow part runny in my eggs when I do them this way. Oh, come on. I hate it in the mornings because I get all these sales calls, and I'm going to put my phone on mute so this won't keep bothering me. Let's put it on vibrate. But like I was saying, I don't know how she fixed her eggs or her grits. I don't like my grits real runny. I mean, you can see there, they're not real runny. They're kind of thick. I like my grits kind of thick. I scramble my eggs. I cook my bacon till it's really crisp, because I don't like raw bacon. And to me, some people eat it raw. I mean, they put it in the pan and they heat it up, and that's about it. But I cook my eggs. I'm not going to eat raw eggs. Now, if I fry egg and I eat it on a plate with toast and grits or hash browns or something like that, I'll go ahead and leave it a little bit runny. But if I do it in a bowl like this, I cook it done. And then I just break it all up, cut it up, just like I'm doing these scrambled eggs right now. And I put them right down in my bowl. So I figured she must not have cooked it the way I did, because, you know, she didn't ask the particulars on how to cook it. She just said that she tried the grits and eggs all mixed together and it was gross. So she must have had her eggs real runny, is what I can think. She probably had her eggs real runny. She had her grits runny. Oh, I didn't put my salt and pepper in there. Forgot to put it on my eggs when I cooked them. I don't use much. And this is sea salt. It's not regular salt. And then I just break my... Yeah, and I get my fingers in it. It don't matter. It's all good. Fingers are clean. And again, I've got so I don't eat that much bread. Just depends on how the notion strikes me. But I just mix it all up. And rather than, dirty another dish, I'll leave it right there in that little bowl. Move it over here. Well, I'm not sure which side to get the best view from. Probably that one. Go get my coffee. And you're eating breakfast with Linda this morning. Got my coffee. Could probably get this camera back a little bit. Oh. Whoops. I had some stuff here on the table, so had to move it. But you're having breakfast with me this morning. That's good. Yeah, I was gonna put some of my seeds in starting pots this week, but I wasn't counting on this storm. So I guess it's going to have to wait till next week. It's too cold for me to mess out there. And even when I do it, I may end up with it in the house depending on how warm it gets outside. For a long time, After I had gained so much weight, I tried to lose weight. I tried to use all the sugar substitutes. I cut down on everything I ate. Only ate food that I could lose weight on. And by God, I gained weight. So I decided, well, I'm just not doing this anymore. So I'm just back to eating my regular food, whatever I want, because if you're going to gain weight, you're going to gain weight. It don't matter what you eat. But I love my grits and eggs this way. And like I said, I just started eating in the bowl the last few years because I figured why I'd dump it out in a plate and dirty another dish to wash. So I just leave it in the bowl. This is a real Southern breakfast this morning. Yeah, I'm going to start me some seeds next week, I think. I had bought a clear tote purposely to start my seeds in. So I'll show you how I'm going to set all that up next week. You know, a lot of women out here won't eat grits. They say it's fattening. But like I said, even when I didn't eat the grits, I deprived myself of eating grits. I still gained weight. So I'm eating grits now. I've printed a list. I went to the websites and I printed out a list of the good seeds to start this time of year indoors or in the little greenhouse like I'm going to do. So I'll get that list out and get my seeds, and because I've already got all my seeds, I just not need to go through them and pick out what I'm going to plant. I've already bought some tomato seed, and it was some that of the kinds of tomatoes that I did not have, and they're the big slicing type tomatoes, so I definitely want to get some of those started. nose itches this morning. I'm getting kind of anxious too to see what plants survived when I uncover them after tomorrow. It'll probably be this weekend before I uncover them. I'm getting to the point where I'm almost afraid they'll die just because they're not getting sun. They've been covered up so long. But it's an experiment to see what I can plant in the fall of the year and keep it alive through the winter until the spring hits, when the weather warms up and you don't have any more danger of freezing. And oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, all of this planting this winter was an experiment. This is actually my breakfast and my lunch together, because I'll not eat anything else till later on this evening when I fix some dinner. I'm going to attempt to show you the birds outside. And I can't go outside because they'll fly away. But I'm coming in here to the window. I hope you can see them there. Got a cardinal on the bird feeder right now. There was more out there a little while ago. I guess they ate what they wanted. Pretty healthy looking birds. I guess I feed them quite a bit. Well, that's a big one to get up there. Cardinal was going to chase him off. It's a big bird up there on that feeder. If anybody knows what kind of bird that is that landed on that feeder, put it in the comments because I'd love to know. There goes my other phone. Those phones drove me, phones, can't talk this morning. Those phones drive me crazy in the morning. And they're nothing but sales people. Trying to sell you something, trying to get you to enroll in something. But I think that's about the biggest bird I've ever seen land on that feeder. I'm hoping you can see it. I don't know what I'm pointing to. And I've got another feeder out there, but there's no birds to that one right now. Oh, there is now. But you see all the snow, or it's not snow, it's ice, because we never did get snow. All we got was ice out there. Streets covered with ice. Yeah, I don't try to go out to watch the birds anymore because I know they'll take off. Oh, sit down here and finish my coffee. But yeah, go through some of your seeds. I know, like, you can start tomato seeds right now, pepper seeds. Well, let me go get my list. I've got it in here. I'll be right back. But I've always known you could start your peppers and your tomatoes 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost date. Our last frost date here is in, will be in March 12th. So that's just about the time I always usually plant, about the 2nd, 3rd week in March. But it's got it by dates, like bell pepper. You can start indoors from January 21st through February 4th. So I'm definitely going to get those started. Fava beans, I've never planted those, but you can start those around January 7th. Jalapeno peppers, January 21st through the 4th of February. Kohlrabi, February 18th through March 4th. Lettuce, February 18th through March 4th. And then you got oregano, January 21st through the 18th. Now see, some of them I won't start next week, but I'll probably start a week or so late after that. Rosemary, you can start around January 24th to February 4th. Swiss chard, February 18th through March 4th. Thyme, January 21st through February 18th. Tomatoes, February 4th through the 18th. And that's it. Well, wait a minute. Let's see. Yeah, that's about all I'm going to get started like this coming week as soon as the ice is gone. But then the week after that, there'll be a few more things I'll be able to plant in seeds. My problem is having somewhere to start them. Like the carrots, you don't have to start those indoors. You can start those outside February 25th through March 11th. So you don't have to worry about starting your carrots indoors. And I've already got some started out there. Your peas, start them outside February 18th through March 11th. And I've already got some of those started that's covered up. Radishes, February 4th through the 25th. Spinach, February 18th through March 11th. And that's it until springtime. But I'm going to get started on some of those, like I said, maybe the weekend or the first of next week. Because it'll fall right in those dates. But like I said, I bought one of those totes, the clear totes, like I've got my rose cuttings rooting in. I bought another one of those that I'm going to start putting my seeds started in. I'm going to use like plastic drink cups and whatever little kind of pots I can find like that. In fact, I've got the idea and it is straight. It's a can. It's about a 14 ounce can, I guess, or 12 ounce can. But that works as a seed starter. You can put a hole in the bottom. You'll have to use a drill. And I've got a drill. So I can, and this is going to be an experiment with these because I've never tried the cans before. But I said I might try one or two of them and see how they work. Because they're almost, they're almost the same size as the red cups, the plastic drink cups. But I'm going to use the cups and I'm going to use these cans. These cups actually work the best because of the way they're shaped. They're smaller at the bottom and then they get wider at the top. So you can, when you're getting ready to transplant the plants, when they're big enough, you can just turn it upside down and that dirt and the plant will come right out, roots and all. And you'll have that plug just to put right down in your tote or your pot, wherever you're going to plant it. So that works real well. And like I said, that's straight. So it'll come out, but I'm not sure how easily it will come out of there. That's the reason I said I'm going to try it and see how it works. But, people that buy anything in cans like this, they're food safe, or you wouldn't get your food in them. And you don't have to buy cups. So I'm going to try it. If it works, I'll do it next year as well. If it doesn't work, then I'll throw the can away and forget about it. But it doesn't hurt to try. And you can, let's see. Like this is a ricotta cheese container. And it's not much off of the size of the red cup. So when I use all the cheese out of there, I'm saving my cup and I'm going to plant seeds in it, just like I do the red cups. But there's all kind of like plastic containers, drink bottles, water bottles that you can cut off and plant your seeds in. to help save you money. I know these little plastic cups don't cost a lot of money, but you know, sometimes money's tight with people. So anything that you can use for a little pot, rather than pay the $2, $3, $4 for the cups, why not? Go ahead and use whatever little containers you got. And I'm not sure, used to you could get a small package of these at the dollar store for $1, but I know everything in there's gone up. Everything that was $1 is $1.25 at least now. And I'm not sure you can even get them for $1.25 a pack. Just depends on how many's in there. But the cans and the little plastic containers, that's an idea for people that are really hurting for money. And with me living on a fixed income, I try to save $1 anywhere I can. So if I have plastic cups that cheese or anything else comes in, yogurt, or tin cans that I can use as a pot, then I'm going to try it, rather than invest the several dollars it takes to buy these cups. But you know, these are reusable. These are reusable. Your yogurt cups, or you know, the cheese cups that I just showed you, they're all reusable. So, but it's just an idea. Give you something to think about before we start planting our seeds. Almost in a week now, half a week from now. Definitely as soon as this ice is gone. But yeah, it's just an idea. And like I said, some of your, well, let me show you what I did. Every time I've used, this is one I just started yesterday. It's onion. And it's stuck. And this is a juice bottle. I just cut the top of it off just like I did the little water bottles and drink bottles or soda bottles, and turned it upside down and made a little starter pot out of it for my onion bottom. And like I said, I did put a little bit of compost tea in the bottom, because I want to get my plants used to the compost tea. I mean, look at this one. It's really going to town. And that was just I think a Pepsi bottle. But see there? And what I'm going to do as soon as I start seeing a bunch of roots, and there is roots on the bottom of that. Let me show you. See? And I was thinking about doing it this week, but it got so iced over. Onions don't mind cold. You know, they'll live in freezing cold temperatures, but I didn't want to plant those when there's ice on the ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till I start my seedlings, and then I'm going to put those onion bottoms that have roots on them in the ground out here, or in one of my pots. Because what's going to happen, they'll start growing, the roots will get bigger in the dirt, and they'll start forming a separate onion. And when they do that, we need to pull them out, break them apart, and replant them just like an onion start, to give them space to bulb up, because those are the onions that are going to get about that big around. You know, they're the bulb onions. They're not the green onions. But every time that I've cut an onion, I cut the bottom of it off and put it in a pot like that. And I'll show you what kind of juice bottle it was. It was just a juice bottle like that. I buy apple juice, cranberry juice, stuff like that in these bottles. It's a 64 fluid ounce bottle. And like I said, I cut quite a bit of it off. I might cut it down to there. And then I cut the top right up here. Take that middle piece completely out. and then flip that top upside down. That way I don't have to have a gallon of water sitting there. You know, I've only got a little bit of the pot. But you can see how much I cut off. Get this down so you can see. But you can see I cut it. It's only about 4 or 5 inches maybe. Let me measure it. I'll tell you exactly. 4 inches. I cut it off 4 inches from the bottom of the bottle. And then I cut the top. You can see how much the top is. I cut it off right about up there. Right about here. And then that middle section right there, I just threw away. But it makes a perfect little starter pot for your onion cut. Your onion bottoms. But the reason that I started it like that, and the reason that I put compost tea in the bottom of it, is for the fact that I've heard people say that they have tried to start onions that way, in just plain water, but then when they planted them in a pot or the ground, they died. Because of course, you know, the soil that you're planting them in the pot or the tote is going to have compost. Excuse me. It's going to have compost tea in it. You're going to water it with compost tea, and it must burn the roots or something when you do that, when you transplant it. So this way, you're starting them in compost tea. You don't have to have it very strong, just a little bit. You're starting them in the compost tea. The roots are growing in the compost tea. So when you transplant them, they have less root shock. So I'm trying this, and I'm going to see how it works. But yeah, I went ahead and showed you the juice bottles, the cans, the like cheese containers, yogurt containers, stuff like that, and your cups. So if you're going to plant with me, probably this coming weekend or the first of next week, you'll be able to start saving up some of your little containers to do your planting, putting your seeds in. And like I said, you can just go strictly with the cups. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what color they are. I think I've even got some little starter nursery cups out in the greenhouse that I haven't used. Because, you know, that's what I started all my rose cuttings in, is actually little black nursery cups, the little square ones. And I think I got a few more of them left. And that's from where years ago I'd buy little starter plants. And I kept the little cups. Because I said I knew, you know, I'd be using those sometime or another. So I kept them all. And I try not to buy any of those starter plants anymore. I mean, if I do, it's something that maybe I don't have seeds for. And then I might buy the plant if it's not too expensive. But I've heard this year the plants are going to be even more expensive than they were last year. So I would not be able to plant my garden if I had to buy all the plants. So I'm going to start whatever I can start from seeds this year. And like I said, I'll show you how to set it up when I start, you know, go to plant mine this coming weekend or the first of next week. But I think with that, I'm going to let you go. I didn't want to keep you on here all day. I'm sure you people have things to do. I have things to do. So I need subscribers bad. I'm up to about 101 subscribers. But you know, I've got like 899 more to go before I get monetized. So I need all the subscribers. Please share my videos so other people might subscribe. Like my videos. Comment on the videos. But like, share, and subscribe for sure. And y'all have a blessed day. Stay warm if you're in any of the areas where the storm is. And I will see you on my next video.